Hey guys, Andrea here. So guys, I'm doing a second video on G. And guys, this is the disability alphabet. So guys, this is another one I knew I needed to cover. And this one is going to create some controversy. So drop it in the comments. So what am I talking about? It's getting taken advantage of. So this can happen to both a support worker, caregiver, or client. Um, so getting taken advantage of can look like a few things. So it can look like, for a support worker, getting roped into things that you didn't agree to. So that might be that you're just a glorified taxi driver. Sometimes that's okay. That's all the client needs, and they are overt about it and saying that this is simply a transport shift. I just need transporting to from work, to from study. I but you're not a glorified taxi driver. You're not a glorified housekeeper. Uh, they might come under general duties. Do not get me wrong. They will come under general duties. But the client needs to be involved to the best of their ability as well. But that can also, for a support worker, look like essentially a client manipulating you into paying for things. So this is where you guys, as a support worker, as a caregiver, need to have boundaries. This is why I say, and others in the industry, both in Australia and internationally, say it's not a great idea for support workers to be friends with their clients. If you're an independent support worker, you might have transitioned from an informal support to a paid support. That's going to be a whole topic and different kettle of fish. And there will be ways to navigate that change of relationship as well. And that's it. There is going to be a transition period for both of you. But that might look like someone being a few dollars short constantly at the grocery store. That might, but them not refusing to go to a charity or a cheaper supermarket or re-looking at their budget. All things that a good support worker could encourage them to do under choice and control. But guys, as a support worker, that comes under everyday living expenses. And if someone's living above the means, so that might be having Netflix when they're struggling to pay for groceries. I'm not denying people their Netflix, but there is something that we call natural consequences. And you can't protect someone all the time from natural consequences. And that might be that they need to pay for their groceries and not have Netflix, not have the coffees and the expensive dinners out. There is ways of keeping up with people and having the social life without that. Yeah, still have the coffees. Make it at home. If you're in a still house, make it at home, go for a walk. Gain the approval of your housemates to have people over. And be honest with friends and family about your budget. They will respect you more if you say, hey, I'd love to come, but I can't afford it. There might be a friend or family member who can cover you. And this is so important for a support worker to be aware of. Have it, and if you're independent, have it in your service agreement what you will and won't pay for, what you will and won't tolerate as well. So, guys, the next one with getting taken advantage of is people with a disability themselves. And this is particularly aimed at lower functioning people. And for my international viewers, lower functioning is not an offensive term in Australia as well. It is simply used as an adjective. So this might be someone who doesn't have the awareness to understand that a friend won't make them pay for things all the time. A friend won't expect a support worker to drive them everywhere. A friend will be able to help, support, and lift them up and problem solve. A friend won't demand gifts all the time. So helping that person with a disability not to get taken advantage of is just as important. And so understanding the client's experiences of friendship, can they understand friendship? Do they have a safe environment like a day centre, a social group, guiding, scouting, CWA, Women's Shed, a Dungeons and Dragons group, the local comic book store? Where are they able to meet good quality friends that are able to include this person? Because disability can go in hand with social isolation. Not saying it does, but it can. And so any interaction a person has can be considered as good interaction. But you, as a support worker, might need to take on the role of teaching them about consent, about boundaries, about good and bad reaction, even about tricky people, about body clues, and being able to support them on that journey, guys. So, guys, just as a general recap, that it is hard not to get taken advantage of, both as a support worker and a person with a disability. So you guys need to know what your values and ethics are so you aren't taken advantage of, and how you're going to recoup losses or prevent them in the first place. And guys, we're up to 39 subscribers and 57 watch hours, which is amazing. If we can keep that momentum going, that means I can reach more people. So, guys, that means liking, sharing, subscribing, even commenting helps me to be seen by the algorithm. That means I can cover much more wider topics and get out into different environments as well. Oh, and for those of you who follow me over on Facebook, I have found a different editing software. Thank you guys so much for your suggestions as well. Guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.